wild. .50-mile-per-hour winds up to 70, and now we're getting a blizzard here in upstate New York. Pretty crazy.
What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bunch of different things, different than the usual. We're going to be discussing Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as by popular demand, DigiByte. So basically, I did a poll. If you guys didn't see, I'll show you later in today's episode on the community tab of my YouTube channel, and you guys, by popular demand, voted DigiByte out of all the coins for today's review. So that is what we will be doing. We're also going to be discussing Warren Buffett saying Bitcoin is a delusion and attracts charlatans. And then lastly, we're going to discuss, as an introduction into DigiByte as our next maybe week or two's altcoin of choice, we're going to discuss what exactly DigiByte is. Starting from the bare bones basics before we jump into current events, we're going to discuss what exactly is DigiByte, what is this exchange, what is this company. If any of that sounds interesting to you guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. Let's jump into today's episode. So guys, before we begin the articles of discussion, guys, I do just really quick want to show you a couple of things. First off, if you guys notice on my YouTube channel, you can see I asked a poll 20 hours ago. Basically, I said, guys, we have been talking about Stellar for quite some time now, which we have. Time to switch things up. What altcoin should we review for the next couple of days? Comment your coin, if not, in the poll. So I obviously read your comments and I looked at the polls, and we had 270 votes, and practically half of the votes went to DigiByte. Out of EOS, Tron, Cardano, Verge, DigiByte was the #1 coin. Cardano's #2, so maybe we'll review that tomorrow. In the next altcoin daily. And then, I did read a bunch of your comments, guys. I read all of them, and as you guys can see, a lot of them were still DigiByte. If this loads, I don't know, but I did read them. You guys talked about all different coins, Electronium, all different ones you can see right here. So shout out to all you guys for commenting. Electronium was a big one. So I guess the next poll that I do, I will throw Electronium and XRP into that. And then what I wanted to also talk about was I made a playlist section for the channel. So hopefully you guys notice this, or will notice this for now, but I made different playlists for you guys. So not only do we have Crypto for Beginners, which are some of my older videos, we now have special guests. So all the influencers and big people that have been on the channel will be found here. We have the crypto unboxing videos, so all different types of unboxings that we've done will be there. We have hardware wallet tutorials and the unboxings of those. You can also find the tutorials, the unboxings of those hardware wallets here. And then what the newest section is that I just added was Crypto TV is Crypto TV. It's not just Litecoin, guys. As much as I love Litecoin and we talk about Litecoin, I am making sub-series for the channel. We're going to have Ripple TV, Bitcoin TV, Stellar TV, and now DigiByte TV. You can find all the articles that we discuss, and all the episodes that we discuss in these playlists. Basically, the point of this is what I'm doing is we're going to discuss Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum as our top 3 analytics in every video. But we will be doing a exclusive kind of intro of these altcoins as our 4th coin to discuss. So last week or yesterday was XLM, Stellar. This week it will be DigiByte, and then maybe the next week or the next 2 weeks we will discuss another altcoin, and we'll do it like that. This way we have the best of both worlds. Otherwise, let's jump into the coin market cap. As you can see, market cap is 130.4 billion, 24-hour volume 32, and Bitcoin dominance is 52%. So Bitcoin dominance is a slowly declining, staying around similar to yesterday's level, and then we see 24-hour volume slowly declining off. Same thing with the market cap. Market cap is dipping too. So majority of these coins are kind of even. We did take a big, collapse yesterday, which spiked up and shot volume all the way to 40, billion. But we're starting to see them gradually come back up from that massive dip. They're kind of bouncing off like a basketball of that bottom support level and starting to rise back up. And we can see that reflected in the prices. You can see that we're just ever so slightly higher. And you can see that we did see this massive dip, and now we're starting to consolidate and trade back up. Some coins bounce a little bit harder than the others, but the bounce happened, and now we're starting to move back up. So you can see Bitcoin is currently 3863, 3,863, up about 1%. Litecoin is still number 5, up 3.7. It is one of the higher coins that are up in the top 10 cryptos. Only 2 out of the 10 in the top 10 are down, but majority of the market is kind of leaning more towards the upside. Has any of you guys heard of Safe? Up 41% today. Pretty awesome. I've heard of Theta, but definitely let me know if those are an interest to you guys. The majority of the market is in the green. So there's definitely a couple that are in the red, but for the most part, we are definitely swinging to the upside around 3 or 4%. Also, before we jump into, the articles, guys, if you haven't yet already signed up for the Abra exchange, or you're new to the channel and haven't heard of Abra, basically it's the second link in the description. I'm an affiliate of them. They are an awesome exchange for either Apple or Android, Google Play Store, App Store. Basically, they're doing a promotion right now. It's super simple. Sign up, deposit $5 from a US bank account, and they will send you $25 in Bitcoin as part of their promotion. We've had over 80 plus people now sign up for this, so definitely take advantage of this before they clip it and get rid of the promotion. So definitely hop on that second link in the description, guys. But furthermore, let's jump into the articles today. So Warren Buffett says Bitcoin is a delusion and attracts charlatans. So what exactly is he talking about? So just to sum this up really quick, billionaire investor Warren Buffett says he's sees no unique value in the world of the largest cryptocurrency. So it is a delusion, basically, to Buffett. It's what he tells CNBC. And the Berkshire Hathaway CEO has been a longtime critic of crypto. He called Bitcoin probably rat poison squared ahead of the 2018 Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholder meeting. It does raise some concern to me about this article. I know the news and the media do pester him a bit about cryptocurrency, but to have such a hatred for a coin, it's still an emotion towards it. It would bother me if Berkshire Hathaway ignored it completely. If he ignored if Warren Buffett ignored the topic completely and disregarded it, I'd say it had really no value to him at all. But the fact that he's so anti-crypto does raise some interest. Is it possible, playing the devil's advocate, that he could be interested in this? Him just shitting on, excuse my French, shitting on the market is a way for him to accumulate his own crypto. We wouldn't know if he bought anyway. So definitely a thought, guys. The fact that he's so hatred and has so much hatred for crypto does raise some interest, because that is a very strong emotion towards something that he could completely disregard and look the other way. But Bitcoin billionaire investor Warren Buffett is doubling down on his Bitcoin criticism. Bitcoin has no unique value at all. Berkshire Hathaway CEO said the sympathetic to optimists who bought the world's largest cryptocurrency, it would change their lives. Bitcoin has lost more than 80% of its value since reaching a high of nearly 20,000. Yeah, it's lost more than 80% in its value, reaching the $20,000 at the end of 2017. But it's probably up like $400 since 2013. 400%. Sorry, not $400. It's up like 400-500% since 2012, 2013. So that does raise, a very interesting thing. And it's probably up thousands of percents since, it started in '09. So it's a pretty big jump, guys. He says it attracts charlatans. If you do something phony by going out and selling yo-yos or something, there's no money in it. But when you get into Wall Street, there's huge money. Buffett has been a longtime critic of crypto. He called Bitcoin probably rat poison squared ahead of the 2018 Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholding meeting. A mirage, not a currency, and tulips are among descriptors Buffett has used for Bitcoin, according to the CNBC's Warren Buffett archive. But otherwise, scratch that. You guys comment on that. What you think down below. But moving on into what some of you call the more important topic, what exactly is DigiByte? So here it is on the screen. I'm on DigiByte.co, their website. So what exactly is DigiByte? I'd like to know this. Obviously we've all heard of DigiByte, but what exactly is it? What is their company, the underlying support of the coin actually worth? So moving on, guys, more secure, faster, and forward-thinking blockchain technology. So what makes DigiByte more secure? The global decentralization, the DigiByte blockchain is spread over 200,000 servers, computers, phones, nodes worldwide. Similar, I feel like, to Bitcoin. Maybe I'm wrong. 5 mining algorithms. DigiByte uses 5 secure and advanced cryptographic mining algorithms to present mining centralization compared to single algorithm blockchains. Advanced difficulty stability. Difficulty adjustments protect a blockchain from several forms of malicious attacks. By creating and implementing DigiShield and Multi-Shield, DigiByte has the most advanced difficulty stability on any blockchain of the world. 5 years of development, 12 million transactions, 7.7 million blocks. So what makes, there's a pretty big community, 250,000. So what makes DigiByte faster? 15-second blocks. DigiByte has the fastest block speed of any public UTXO. Early SegWit implementation, blockchain rigidity. So what makes DigiByte forward-thinking? Cybersecurity. DigiByte blockchain technology can be leveraged and applied to applications fixing 90% of most common vulnerabilities, IoT devices. Artificial intelligence. By combining advancements in DigiByte blockchain technological with artificial intelligence, we are exploring new innovations of automation and data analysis. Here's the history of it. SegWit activated, worked on DigiByte, official launch in 2014. So on and so forth. Wow, they have a lot of stuff. I can't really go over this all at once, but they definitely did a bunch of things. 2017 seems to be the last history. SegWit activated. And then you can connect with the founder, Jared Tate. So it says what makes DigiByte different. Jared Tate created the dedicated, he's a full-time founder, development towards DigiByte, tried, tested technology, manageable units, early to implement industry-critical features, industry-leading transactions, not an ICO, world's largest major blockchain, growing to 7 million blocks, large community as we've now discussed and figured out and discovered, successful trials, more resistant to hacking, multi-algorithm use cases nominated. So guys, let me know if you are pro DigiByte. Are you pro company? Do you just hold the coin? Let me know down below what your opinion is on DigiByte. You know, if there's any more facts that I missed or that you feel like you need to share it with everybody, let me know down in the comments below. Maybe I'll read it off in tomorrow's episode. Otherwise, guys, let's jump into the technical analysis aspect of today's episode. We'll look at DigiByte and we'll cover all the aspects in that. So guys, we're going to start off with Litecoin, then look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and lastly DigiByte. Now, a lot of you guys are on my Patreon, so thank you guys. It's the first link in the description. If you guys do want access to any of these charts, Litecoin, my new DigiByte to Bitcoin chart will now be on Patreon. So if you guys do want access to that and want to join the Crypto TV family, first link in the description down below, and you will gain access to all these charts, as well as my personal info. And there's some pretty inclusive or exclusive videos from YouTube that are specifically on Patreon, so definitely check that out too. But guys, let's see. So if you are a patron of mine on Patreon, you guys will have these charts, and we did actually discuss, and I did post a couple things on Patreon discussing the movements of Litecoin right now. Very interesting, guys, very interesting. So there was a reversal, a very slight recovery within this coin, and I've been trying to track exactly, you know, where the focal point of, you know, Litecoin's, you know, little shift that it had. And you can see, you know, right now where my mouse is, there is a couple spots that do show some support. So indeed, this may be a support of, you know, of Litecoin. Very interesting, but if we now spread this out and move back down to where we currently are, you can see it kind of does meet that. Now, here's the interesting thing, guys. Truly, I'm just going to delete it. I don't think it's necessary. We did see some resistance here, but for the most part, we did pop off. The fact that we are pulling up is okay. We were extremely overbought, you know, before on Litecoin's 4-hour, and you can see I did say a great time to be buying back in was right now in yesterday's video, because we hit the high-low MMA. This is going to act as really good support. That's when I said I would personally start to dollar cost average. I'd put your first maybe 15% investment into Litecoin at this price, and you can already see if you did that at $43, you'd already be up quite a bit. You know, $46, you'd be up $3 per coin that you put in, which adds up quite a bit if you do the math. But pretty big reversal. You know, we were going to spiral down. I still think we're due to head a little bit lower, personally, due to the fact we are kind of a little bit oversold, and we're coming down from it. We're not going up from it. Being 56, you know, we can retrace higher, but I do think we need to kind of touch back down on the high-low MMA. The fact that we've been below the high-low MMA for such a long time, I'd be very shocked if we hang out above it for a very long time. Would definitely be something I would prefer to have, but doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I do think we're in a very good standing. I think that would have been a perfect time to buy in dollar cost average, and I would start to dollar cost average below where you bought in. So the first investment probably would have been at $43, like I was saying, 43 to 43.50, 44 pushing it, and then dollar cost average down to 42, and then 40 being your last position. This way you do have an even spread, and if we do decide to dip back down, at least you bought in at those 3 levels, and that would be a very good indicator of a next run. So I do think we're headed up, guys. We did need this consolidation. We did need this retracement that will in fact lead to potential higher moves. You can see not only do we just have 51 as their resistance for now on, this uptrend that we were facing is gone for now. We won't have to face that until we're up in the 60s, which will be huge for the coin. So now we just have to worry about one resistance at $51. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously is seeing some pullback as well. You can see we're kind of stuck in between this channel. Not going to really draw support here. It's kind of this white band to the yellow band. We're stuck probably for another couple of days consolidating further. Resistance at this high-low MMA. I'm kind of getting a little nervous for Bitcoin because there is a massive downtrend on here. And not only that, but we are within the high-low MMA. So we're going to have 3 resistances as this coin consolidates. I think Bitcoin is going to consolidate for quite some time now. I think we're going to have around a month, so about 4 weeks of sideways consolidation. Yeah, we may see it go up to 4,000 again, but sideways movement for the next 4 months for 4 weeks, 1 month is what I'm anticipating Bitcoin to do until it can reach and hopefully breach the downtrend, and we could see a nice movement. But with these 3 there, it's kind of looking a little bit more bearish in the later terms. In the short term though, guys, or sorry, in the long term when we're over here. But I do think if things do go well, we'll obviously can re-look at these charts back when moving forward when we're at around March 20th, and we will potentially, if we do see that call and move to the upside, I'll let you guys know when I'll buy back in. Lastly, out of the top 3 blue chips, Ethereum, a coin to look at. We saw a lot of these ascending fractals, ascending triangles that we did manage to break bullish from. We were overbought on the 4-hour and the daily. We did break above the high-low MMA. Indication of a pullback was necessary. We saw that resistance pull, and now we're actually testing that green band once again. We do have the standing to do that. We are at 56, though, a little too high for my comfort just after this pullback. I'm going to be very shocked if we actually manage to break this green band. Definitely potential there. We could shimmy this, ascending triangle up. Would we consider that? Nah, I don't think it's that necessary. But there was a lot of these ascending fractals that formed on Ethereum. So we're going to have to wait this one out. I think consolidation is needed. Bitcoin is the big, blue chip right now, and I think consolidation is what's happening. So I'm not going to really make any major plays until we start to go next to this longer-term downtrend. But for what a lot of you guys have been waiting for, DigiByte. We have looked at DigiByte for quite some time now. It was way earlier in my channel, probably when we had like 3,000 subscribers. And I did have these lines, and they're still here, which is awesome. But you can see that on the weekly, we have a massive, uptrend, symmetrical triangle that formed. Beautiful, top descending triangle. As for resistance, it's kind of tough. I do just want to draw this support line or a resistance line, whatever you guys want to call it. It's kind of both. But we do have this ascending triangle up here. No, I do just want to shift our focus, jump in a little bit more. Looking at things now from the daily standpoint. I think DigiByte is in a very interesting position. So we did have this, support level right here. And you can see we are being withheld. There is a support, guys, right here at around, at this Bitcoin level. If you guys do want access to this, and if you wanted a closer look, they're all on my Patreon. But, we did see a major move up. Now, this is going to be interesting. We're seeing a lot of resistance right here. Not only is this symmetrical uptrend, facing resistance, but the green band is facing resistance, and we haven't been above that for quite some time now. So we may get rejected from this price and fall back down lower. So as for a buying opportunity, when to buy in a DigiByte, personally, I'm going to wait out on buying into here until I see either a correction above here or another major pullback down to the support level. And once it hits that level, then I'll buy back in. If we were graphing this earlier, when I saw a double bottom right here, 1, 2, that's a good buying position, and then we would shoot back up. We're also nearing overbought on DigiByte's daily, which is another indicator to stay kind of away from this coin in the shorter term if you were planning on investing into this. But guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. Thank you for subscribing. We're going to reach 10K very soon, guys. Thank you for the DigiByte recommendation. We'll be looking at that for the next week or two. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions down below. Check out the playlists. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.